Hello everybody, Braden Fletcher here for another race here on LizBiz TV as Kyle Petty takes the green flag. He leads us down into turn number 1. Big land rush it looks like here. They're 3 and 4 wide. We get through the first couple corners relatively clean. Nobody turned around at least. Oh, Jeremy Mayfield packs it in hard in that second turn on the first lap to get second place. A lot of jockeying for position from about 5th on back. The top 4 have single filed out. Rainbow trying to make something work on the high side there. So we look through the rest of this field. Tony Stewart and Ricky Rudd. Gordon and Martin are going side by side. Gordon can try and pull the crossover on him. Oh, couldn't quite get it to work out. The field pretty much single file now, except for these last 2 or 3 cars. On board with last place Kyle Busch. He's in relegation spot. Nowhere to go right there. But back up front, Kyle Petty's put on a commanding lead, with Mayfield also putting a pretty good gap between he and Derek Cope. Oh, the 24 Rainbow went really wide there. Bobby Labonte gets a spot, and Tony Stewart might as well. Fletch tried to cut him off. Can Stewart sneak his nose under there? Yes, he can. Stewart now into that 8th spot. Brady Fletch back to 9th. Oh, Stewart way in the wall. Fletch puts him in there. Now that'll slow he and Ricky Rudd down. Sure, he's not too happy right now. Fletch trying to get out of the slipstream of that 20 car. So we see Ricky Rudd go to the inside of Tony Stewart now. That move wouldn't have been possible without Fletch putting him in the wall. Rudd tries the inside. Tony got too good of an arc in there, and Rudd couldn't make anything happen. Anyways, back with our leader, Kyle Petty. He's been, I know we're only 2.5 laps into this race, but he's been relatively uncontested thus far. Jeremy Mayfield's hoping to put a stop to that. Top 5 all pretty spread out. Cale Yarborough a little bit closer to Kerry Earnhardt. Board with Ricky Craven, looking to the left side of Bill Elliott for that 13th spot. Thinks better of it. Maybe he'll try and force the issue down under braking. Oh, he could maybe get to the left right there. Oh, couldn't make it though. Didn't have a shot. So we see Kyle Busch has made his way all the way up to 17th. That puts Dale Jr., Ralph Earnhardt, and Donnie Allison all in relegation territory. Next race is in the Suzuka East course. Should be a good one, should be a fun one. bet his team might have screwed up putting the decals on that car. One's backwards. As he comes to lead his 4th lap of the event. He's also the fastest lap holder right now. Really fun seeing how some of these guys take turn 1. A lot of them arc it, some of them just go for a straight shot in. Eighth place car, Brady Clutch, catching Bobby Labonte now. Bobby's falling off a Kale. But Tony, he's right back behind that 24, and I'm sure he's none too happy about getting walled. A 24 goes in so shallow there, he gives up a lot of speed on corner entry. Oh, Stewart was looking for that dive there. Point leader having a really good day thus far. Junior may be looking to the inside of his old rival Kyle Busch. Nothing comes of that though. Back with our leaders, Derek Hope has gained a significant amount of time on Jeremy Mayfield since we've been looking through the pack. After kind of a rough season, not exactly that remarkable of a one, Kyle Petty leading the first 6 laps here at Blue Moon Bay Infield A. It's just kicking tail right now. But the top 4 have all pretty much accordion together, it looks like. About 2 car lengths between each of them. Right on board with Davey for a little bit, see how it feels sitting in the back, or sitting in behind of some of these cars. See, look, Davey takes a lot more shallow. Oh, and man, he really had to widen up the entry there. That didn't work at all. He really took a wider, a more shallow approach into that corner. He lost a ton of time on corner exit. Sure, you might gain 2 or 3 feet coming into the corner, but leaving, you're not able to get onto the gas nearly as quick. The top 4 file away. Looking back at these last place spots, we still have the 2 Earnhardts juniors still looking for Busch, but can't make anything happen again. Listen, this might be a fairly short race, but you really need to get up on the wheel and go. There's no time to sit around and play, so Junior's considering doing that now and just toying with Kyle Busch. That's not exactly the best move. So we look through the field. Johnny Benson maybe has a run on Ricky Craven. Doesn't look like it. Top four pretty much equidistant again. Alright, now looking, we saw everybody arc into the corner. Here we are with the 24 Brady Fletch. He arcs it in. Never mind. I thought he took a lot more of a non-traditional line, shall we say, going into turn number one. Because you really pinch off your speed if you go in there guns a-blazing. You maybe have to back the corner up a little bit and at maybe the 1/4 to 1/3 mark, get back on the gas. Backpack is like a hornet's nest. There's a lot of guys here. You don't want to pull out a line just in case maybe do get out of line and everybody will steamroll right by as Kyle Petty comes to complete lap number 9 and work on lap 10. At the end of lap 10, we will leave you for 15 uninterrupted laps here at Blue Moon Bay Infield Day, an absolutely gorgeous road course, a great racy road course, some of the drivers' favorite track. Kerry Earnhardt leading what I would call that second pack, and he's got a pretty good gap on Cale Yarborough in 6th spot there. Oh, wow. Saw Ricky Craven, Bill Elliott side by side. Side by side again, Johnny Benson and Bill Elliott. Or I believe that's Paul Langley. Johnny Benson and Paul Langley there. Langley gets by Benson, and we see the two Earnhardts in a squabble there. Ralph trying to get by grandson Dale. As we see Kyle Petty complete the 10th lap, we will leave you for the next 15 laps. Number 24, Rainbow, now coming into the pits on lap 17. He made it to halfway. Says, all right, that's all I have to do. I only have to do that one more time before the end of this race. A large bulk of the field now: Ricky Rudd, Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, Ricky Craven, Ralph Earnhardt, Johnny Benson Jr., Bill Elliott, Paul Langley, Donnie Allison, and Kyle Busch all come in for their pit stops on lap 21. We should expect to see the next group of cars come by next lap. Davey Allison, the first of your takers, Kerry Earnhardt, Cale Yarborough, Jeff Gordon, and Bobby Labonte, all coming in this time by. Oh wow, look at Junior. He's about to get passed by Brady Fletch. Junior's out of fuel. I think he might be out of fuel. Either that or he slowed down. No, he's still under power, but he slowed down for that corner way too much. And yes, Junior coming into the pits now. And Brady Fletch will now inherit that fourth position. Still waiting for the 3 leaders to pit. Your 3 leaders now in the pits: Kyle Petty, Derek Cope, and Jeremy Mayfield. Look at the gap that Brady Fletch put on Donnie Allison. To Davey Allison rather, excuse me. Davey's gonna have one hell of a time trying to keep that gap, trying to close that gap, I should say. Brady Fletch, amazing pit strategy, comes out, look at that, pretty much straight away in front of second place. And as we complete lap 25, welcome back to LizViz TV. Braden Fletcher here, going to call the final 10 laps of this race for you. Brady Fletcher's fuel strategy worked out perfect in the short term. But that 42 and 28, they have been hot on his tail. They've knocked down that gap probably more than 2/3 now. There's only a few car lengths between these cars now. Brady Fletch probably put it at least 7 or 8 laps before everybody else. He had those fresher tires, but now everybody else has fresher tires. That short pit might not have been a good idea. On board with Kyle Petty. Petty with an excellent crossover on him, and Petty retakes the lead. Oh, Petty really slowed down there. Wow, Kyle Petty not a good corner whatsoever. He lost the lead now. Brady Fletch back in the lead with Davey Allison right behind him. Davey, a really hard charge to the outside. Now Davey Allison with the lead here at Blue Moon Bay. Fletch still on the quarter panel though. Little bit of contact there. Fletch, a little bit of contact. Goes wide. Davey might be able to pull the old crossover on him. Oh, he goes around the outside. Contact is made, but Davey's still in the lead. New leader here at Blue Moon Bay. Will Fletch try and stuff it in? No, he doesn't. That might have been the pass for the win right there as we see them side by side right behind Fletch, Jeremy Mayfield and Kyle Petty. Oh, I thought Mayfield was going to stick his nose in right there. Davey Allison trying to stretch that lead out now. Going through the field once again, there's your top 10. This race was really strung out at one point, but now it seems like full pack is kind of accordion together. Look at the lead that Davey Allison's put on Brady Fletch in just that probably lap or so. Here, just look at the front windshield of that 24. Look how small that 28 is already. And if he's not careful, I believe that Kyle Petty or Jeremy Mayfield could get by him too. Doesn't look very stable on corner exit there, did he? Going to 7 to go now. Look at the lead that Davey Allison has. Davey not exactly had the best of seasons up to this point, but everything is put right when you take a car to victory lane. Especially a car as fast as he's had today. That young man from Hueytown, Alabama must be proud. Jeremy Mayfield and Kyle Petty ran 1-2 for the majority of this race. But it seems like things are starting to slip away as they come to 6 laps to go. On board with Ricky Craven. Right behind Tony Stewart. He's getting a good run right now. Trying to maybe put a quarter panel on his left rear. He's going to have the position going into turn 1. Oh, but Tony buried it in there. Tony's going to keep it on the high side. It looks like no. Craven. What drive off Craven has. That means Ricky Craven will be starting on the pole in Tsukuba. Or not Tsukuba, sorry, Suzuki. Six and a half laps to go. Doesn't look like anybody has anything for Davey Allison right now. And the pack stops just off of, I believe that's turn number 6 there, but Dale Jr. having an absolutely uncharacteristic day here. He's definitely going to be relegated. Even if cars pit, I think he'll still be in relegation position. There's your leader, Davey Allison. 5 laps to go. Fletch has kind of cut down that lead a little bit. But once again, I don't think it'll matter. Davey Allison's had the best car. Fletch goes wide there. He's going to lose a lot of... Oh, my goodness. I thought they were going to collide. On board with Brady Fletch. Oh, he goes hard in again to that corner. Now here comes Kyle Petty on the right side. Kyle will be able to get the crossover on him here. No, he parks the bus. Oh, no, he doesn't. Kyle Petty around him. Kyle Petty now up to second spot. Does he have any time? Oh, wow, but Kyle had that same problem in that same corner. I wonder if the car's shutting off. Like, look at the time that he lost. I was going to say, does he have any time to try and catch Davey Allison, but I think catching Allison's all but out the window for Kyle Petty. I think it might be all but out the window for Brady Fletch, too. See Cale Yarborough with the fastest lap, a 1:15.598. I do not, or that's a, 598. I do not believe that will, 24 gets really wide there. I don't believe that'll get touched because these guys have used up all of their stuff. Man, that 24 goes way wide. He's going to be real lucky if Jeremy Mayfield doesn't put that bumper right back there. Three laps to go as they come off of this final corner. Davey Allison's 3 laps away from his first win in the CASCAR Cup Series. And the field pretty much banding together. We did not see this throughout probably the lap 10 to 15 mark. But they're pretty much just a single file freight train. A little bit of distance between them, but yeah, I thought there'd be a lot more distance between them in the final 3 laps. Craven's still holding that 10th spot. That is the pole sitter's spot for Tsukuba East. A lot of these guys have raced there before. The NASCAR Winston Cup Series went to Suzuka twice, and went to Motegi once over in Japan. All Larry Mack has got to say to Davey Allison is 2 laps to go. In this series, unlike in NASCAR, no cautions, so he does not need to worry about a green-white checker. But he needs to worry about that 19 and 24 because they're really gaining time on him. 19, well, maybe if the 19-24 start jockeying around, that'll be better for Davey Allison. Kyle Petty, the dominant car on the day, in 4th place. He was looking to bury it under Jeremy Mayfield there. Couldn't quite get that to happen. On board with the Mellow Yellow machine. As we come off the final corner for the penultimate time. Flagman grabs it. And there's the white flag. 1 lap to go for Davey Allison. As Kyle Petty, Jeremy Mayfield, Derek Cope, Cale Yarborough, Kerry Earnhardt all go into the pits. Johnny Benson does as well. Junior, you might not be getting relegated today. Fletch has closed up on Allison a little bit. Allison still has a very big lead. Fletch took a decent chunk out of it there, though. He dives. Contact between he and Davey Allison. They both keep it straight. Both stay 1-2. Fletch's closest rival in the title fight is right behind him. He's going to have to protect that position. Davey Allison, meanwhile, has driven off from the 24 Rainbow. And off of the final corner, the Alabama gang is going to visit victory lane once again. Davey Allison wins here at Blue Moon Bay Infield A. Brady Fletch 3rd, Gordon 4th, Bobby Labonte, Ricky Craven, Tony Stewart, Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin, Bill Elliott, Paul Langley, Kyle Busch, Ralph Earnhardt, Donnie Allison, who was in very near straits of getting relegated, Jeremy Mayfield, Kyle Petty, Derek Cope, Kerry Earnhardt, and with those pit stops, Cale Yarborough, Johnny Benson, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. all will be relegated and will not make Suzuka East. That was a phenomenal race, a phenomenal drive and pit call by that number 28. 24, it looked like he had it right after the pit cycle because he had such a big lead on Kyle Petty and Davey. But those fresh tires, they really kicked in, and Davey drove one heck of a race. Even survived a last lap bonsai move into the hairpin. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name has been Braden Fletch. Thank you for watching LizBiz TV. We will see you next week for Suzuka East.